Yeah, fellas, welcome to the show today. I want to go over some of the comments and actually lack of comments. Kartig Tugnate. Where you come with a name like that, man? I just saw the Jane Elliott experiment on eye color. It's sad to realize that a lot of white folks are oblivious to racism. And there's one just came to the channel that doesn't believe that racism exists out there. That's the person I told you, I'm 56 years of age. I've been through a lot. I'm not here to argue or debate and don't want to acknowledge it at all. If they just acknowledged it and say from perspective of people of color, the things that we had to go through, that alone could have a huge impact on racism and race relations, I could see with the dislikes, I didn't realize there were dislikes on the Jane Elliott, the Blue-Eyed video I put up. For you white folks, what's dislike? Why dislike it? She's pointing out the truth. I don't, it's me. I realize it's me. I have a different perception. I think all people are decent and honest and everybody's my friend who comes to my channel. That's why I say I don't like losing friends. Like I didn't like losing Jonathan as a friend over some bullshit. So when you come to my channel, I accept you as a friend, okay? But I realize that's the wrong perception. I don't want to think of you guys, including black folks, as being these mealy-mouthed little snots that want to just get pickup shit. I don't want to think that. And you make me feel bad because you mentioned you bought that, you put that video up. Doesn't make me feel good. I'm trying to wake everybody up to the truth. That's what I'm about, whatever it is. But my main goal is the truth of dating. And race is important in dating for a lot of the minorities out there. You got to think outside of just your perspective of being Caucasian, all right? It'll make you a better person. And women will actually like that about you because women tend to be like that. And if you come in talking some racist shit to chicks, I've read their comments where it just totally turns them off. You show me one face and then you do this other face to other people. That's not how you want to be. So I didn't realize some of you guys dislike the video. Short little video. How would you like to trade places with black folks? Notice how nobody in the audience said a damn thing. That's like you guys now. You're the same. You give me the image of the same people. I thought you were better than that. All right, let's see. Yeah, he goes on to talk about, Kartig. Where'd you get the ISIS papers at? Amazon? All right, let's see. Geo. I think in one of your past videos you said if the female, well, if you think something, make sure you know for sure. Go find that video. Don't say I think. If the female doesn't give you her number in the first 10 minutes of the conversation, okay, I'm going to correct you. You're wrong. First 10 minutes of conversation. Okay, this is what I don't like about people mixing and matching. You get confused what I said, what other people say. In the first 10 minutes of conversation, on the dance floor, yeah, I can understand that. I can actually agree with that also. I can totally agree with what the statement, but I don't recall ever saying that. It's a great statement. Doesn't give you a number in the first 10 minutes of conversation. She's not interested in you. I agree with that though. But I don't recall saying that one. On the dance floor, you can't talk very much. The music's real loud. I talked about that. You don't want to yell in a girl's ear. It becomes all just body language and leading and control. And on the dance floor, what I teach is, on the second dance, obviously she must, like something about you. Well, she was giving you eye contact, right? That's the only people I want to dance with. So on the second song, if she passes my test, that's my test, then I'll give her my phone. Okay? I'm gonna test her for her submissiveness, her sensuality, because I don't want to be with some deadhead chick. Let's see. But I like that statement. Whoever said it, that's a good one. But Jesus, guys, man, mix and match it. You know, it irritates me. Pick one and stick with them, whether it's me or not. MK Ultra, Blue Eye, no answers at all. Yeah, it's like Michael Nolan. Well, Michael Nolan lives in Ireland. There's not very many black folks there. You know, there is, you know, a different population there, but he lives out where I'm sure he doesn't run into this kind of stuff. It's for the fellas like Scott Yu, who lives in America. Scott Yu, you got something to say about the Black Lives Matter, but no comment on that one? I'm going to get to your comment in just a minute. Regillian Rosendahl, you opened up my mind, man. Thanks for sharing. Okay. Scott Yu, the Black Lives Matter group is disgusting. They are doing bad things to get attention. That I agree with. They're not disgusting. How disgusting is it, Scott Yu? Let's say you're some kind of Eastern European descent, Czech or something like that. What if they started just beating the shit out of Czechs every day and shooting them? You would have you would belong to an organization that said Czech lives matter. You know, Polacks lives matter, right? You would join that organization real fast if they only targeted you. Now you're gonna come back and say, well, they do target white folks. Look at the numbers. Look at the numbers of unarmed whites they shoot and kill. That's all the Black Lives Matter is about. Yes, they are doing a lot of stuff to interrupt, and I don't like it. Like they interrupted the bridge down in the Bay Area and stuff like that. People have to go to work. No. But they're making a point. I don't like it, but I can understand where they're coming from. Okay? Stop listening to Fox News, Scott. They'll get you thinking Black Lives Matter is a terrorist organization of fucking women. Give me a break. I have no respect for that group of people. I'm sorry to hear you say that. I'm very sorry to hear you say that. But I realize that your mind has been fucked by the news organization that you watch. Yeah, they do need to stop interrupting politicians, stuff like that. But the organization, what you're saying to me is that people of my race don't matter to you. That's exactly what you're saying to me, Scott. That means you're one of those kids that just come here for some pickup shit, and you and I can't have a dialogue anymore. Grand Admirals, the thing is based on, see, let me go back to Scott. I only want to help people that I can call a friend. Okay? When you prove not to be a friend, like you hate black people in some way, that means you can't be my friend. That means I don't want to help you. Hopefully, I want to get a channel of good people. We all can come together as friends. We can fuck this color thing. We all realize that, okay, there are issues going on in America that we need to address, and we know that, you know, I realize that, you know, if you're white, you don't want black guys fucking your women. I know that. I understand it. The whole dick size thing and all that shit makes you feel insecure. I get it. But there are brothers here that want to date outside their race, and I just can't take one side. Plus, I'm one of those guys that did that. So I can understand your point. I can step in your shoes. Like if I was a white father, I wouldn't want my sons dating some black dude. From what I know being black and how black dudes do women, no. Unfortunately, you know, these young girls they're easily fooled. So I get it. But I do live as a black man. I can't just unzip this skin and a white guy pops out of me. Come on. I gotta live in this skin. I gotta worry about my sons. My son has that fancy car now. Cops looking at him every time he drives by. I'm afraid for his life. So I want Black Lives Matter to wake society up. Okay? To wake your society up, Scott. I want Black Lives Matter to reach out to your people. So while you're sitting there in your white skin with your head on, your hat turned backwards and going out there fucking bitches and shit like that, people are dying out there and you don't give a fuck. That's what you just told me. You don't give a fuck about black people. I hate to do this show today after reading some of the comments. I want to keep it game with a little bit of social stuff going on. You notice I'm not talking about Trump or the election. I don't want to talk about politics. Politics doesn't affect the game. Because you can lie about your politics. You can be a total Trump supporter and black and start talking to white chicks who are liberal and just lie about it. Not that I'm supporting that. But you can't change your color. I agree. I told Games Admiral when he said, thing is, based on what I see on YouTube, at least several dumbasses would probably stand to use the affirmative action or welfare arguments. And what I said to him was, I agree. Just to pretend to also be fair and that everybody's equal bullshit and there is no racial difference. I get those kind of guys that come to the channel who don't realize that there's some bullshit going on in America. And if you can't see it, you must live in some big ass bubble. Must be nice though. I honestly wish I could live in that same bubble. Oh, don't forget, why are you bringing up the race card? I get that one. Can you just teach me how to get laid, man? Forgetting that part of my audience is black and race is important in the dating game. Think about all the East Indian folks, the Asian folks, Latins. They're closer to white. Some of the Latins, so they're not that bad. But that didn't mean bad. But you know what I'm saying, fellas. Ostracized or looked down upon, depending on how light their skin is. But all the rest of us minorities, we have to become aware of the game and how to play the game the right way. What we have here is a lack of information and people receiving colored information. Colored a certain way to slant the things. Because they want young white males to think a certain way like Scott Yu does. That's what they want. That's the perfect white male for them. That's why they put out stuff they do. That's why Fox News tries to say they're a terrorist organization. And every time you hear the word thug, that's code word for black. When the people in Kentucky riot after games and tear up the town and overturn cars, set fires stuff, they don't call them thugs because they're white males and females. So code word for thug is black. I see it every time. And a black 17-year-old is a man. A black 16-year-old is a man. But if he's white, he's a youth. Watch the news. Open your eyes and wake up to the truth. This process of waking up to the truth, you start to wake up truth in all areas. Hey, it's a black guy. We in the black community really need those grace or charm schools. Yeah, we do. These females, they are fucking crazy. Yes, they are. Unfortunately, let me just get off the Caucasians. Just the black community is not that good right now. The women have become very masculine. Even masculine looking in their facial features and jawbone now. And that energy, it shows up physically in our race very badly. Black folks, we overdo everything. Anybody ever notice that? When you see a black fag, he overacts being a fag. He's like the most feminine fuck you ever see. So my race, we overdo everything. Black women, they want to be hard, they overdo it. To the point of stupidity. we move. We're movement people. Our bodies move. They accept the energy of homosexuality. That energy flows. When you go back to the energy standpoint, then you see why. So you take these black women, okay, remember melanin is receptive to energy. It conducts. It takes in, rather words. So you give them masculine energy, and pretty soon they have physical changes. That's why a lot of women are looking very masculine now in their facial features. Wasn't that way when I was growing up? They look like little black girls. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. Panani, I love Jump Around. Big up the House of Pain. Raphael Sadiq. One stat I always see racists post is that blacks commit more crimes against whites than whites commit against blacks. They then use that stat to say blacks are the real racists since they are targeting whites for crimes. The problem is that racists don't take into account population size. If a black commits a crime, it will most likely be against a white since there are more of them. Actually, I said to him, he's wrong. When they commit a crime, it's more likely to be against another black because that's the area they live in. They don't go to white neighborhoods where the cops are patrolling shit and try to, pick on someone white to say, I'm going to go fuck up a white dude now. They don't do that. A lot of the crimes are committed around family. They have a barbecue, they get to fighting and arguing, and pretty soon a gun comes out. They're in jail for life. So the black on black crime, it does occur in black communities, socially depressed areas. Go to FBI.gov and look at the stats for black on white crime. Then look at the stats for white on black crime. Or race crimes. Look at those. You'll be surprised that it's actually Caucasians that commit race crimes. They're leading the way. Let's see. We need to change the subject. Sylvester, GG, or GH, HH, something like that. It says, well, I started hitting the gym more lately and I go to church. But yeah, I agree. Racism is stupid. Are you doing good in the game, friend? Sylvester, he's speaking to you. Oh, you were speaking to him. Man, you got to keep trying. Yeah, good. Good for talking to him. There's Sylvester. Thank you. GGH said, I remember that you said I see life as a gift, but it's more like a curse. I can't wait to get old and die. Life has no meaning. It's unfair and cruel. And I know that people have it worse, but I still hate life. How can we what would it take to get you to love life? I want you to answer that question for me, first of all, GHH, before we go anywhere else. What would it take to get you to actually love life? Let me know. Why can't all races come together, it says. Whites are usually racist. I experience racism a lot. What nationality are you? You said you look like you're Italian, but what nationality are you? Are you Arabic? Are you Latino? What nationality are you? What's your breeding? You're probably half this, half that, so what are the halves? He also says, I live in an area with no social places. I don't like nightclubs either because I like classy women, so I am isolated in my house with no social life, and I am losing my mind, and my hatred for humans gets stronger and stronger for every day. This is one reason why I should have kept my Facebook group open, so I can talk to this person personally. This is the only reason why I wanted to be able to talk to Jayon, but I can hit Jayon up and talk to him on a hangout. GHH, I would also like to do the same with you, just talk to you for a few minutes on a Hangout. Send me your email address on YouTube here. If you go to click on my name, like I'm going to click on your name, or click on it. Let's see. Everything's running slow because I'm recording again. Fucking hate Firefox sometimes too. Okay, when you click on the name, I believe it's the flag. No, that's the block. Let's see. Well, I guess I don't really know how to contact people anymore with a YouTube message. What do we do? I'm looking at Scott Hughes, and no, can't figure it out. Click on my screen name and find where it says send a message. Not sure how to do that anymore. And send me your email address. Okay? I'm gonna give you some tips on what you can do to start changing yourself around on my own time. Frank Rubin. There is OkCupid, which is free. This is one of the places you put a profile, fellas. Okay? But since your profile only gets moved to the front page when you update your profile or answer questions, or you pay for a boost, that's smart of them. There's a sharp drop-off in visitors after your first week. You can hoe-chase and send out messages, but good luck getting responses. Hoe-chasing is hoe-chasing, whether it's online or real world. If you do hoe-chasing online right, don't spam, don't send out a generic message, which is what you guys do. And you think girls don't see those, haven't gotten those before and all that. But if you take a moment, unfortunately it takes time, but take a look at her profile, find something to comment on that begs the question. Her profile says she's an ER nurse. My message would be, I see that you're an ER nurse. I would ask something about that. How long have you worked in that area? So that sets up so that if she has any interest in me, she'll respond. More than likely, she'll respond anyway, because women tend to be a little bit more nicer about things than us dudes. Okay, Johnny Jazz, 1, 2, 3. Hey Supreme, did you close the Facebook? Yes, I did, Johnny Jazz. It was costing me money. I was losing members from my forum because they were getting access to me, through the group. Also, it became kind of a sissy place. I realize some of my members are mad at me right now because I closed it. They got, you just closed the group. Because they could post all their funny memes. You can do the same thing on my forum. Funny memes and stuff like that. It was just easier because they had conversations back and forth. It allowed conversation easier. And that's not what I opened the group to begin with. Opened the group to give people a chance to see what's like on my forum. So I put a lot of good products in there. I put some good videos and stuff like that, but people start chatting. And when it started costing me money and also my time, I definitely had to let it go. Someone wanted me to close it a long time ago. And I kept waiting, putting it off. And finally said, okay, I'll do it in this month. I'm not going to say who it was. I'm going to say what it was. But he wanted, hey, man, just close that shit, man. Those people in that group, man, they ain't getting it. Because he and I would post things that were good game and no response. So I realized that they're not there to learn a game. They're there to chit-chat with each other and see how their evening went. And that's not something I can support. Dudes chat with dudes, man. It's kind of faggoty. Hey, it's a black guy. Black supremacy cannot and will not exist in this world. Are these people delusional? Very stupid and ignorant. Have you ever thought of becoming a vegan? Yes, I actually have. I thought about it several times. I even was a vegan at one point in my life when I was earlier in my 20s. I heard the world's strongest man is a vegan versus meat eater. Your thoughts? I'm thinking about becoming a vegan again. I was I'm going to clear out my kitchen this weekend and give it a try next week. Actually, not a total vegan vegetarian, but octo-vegetarian. That's where you eat eggs because I need protein. Vegetables do not give you the right amount of proteins that you need. You got to add some kind of grain in there, and grains and eat. So I'm fucked. I do eat grains, by the way. I do eat grains, but I limit myself. So I want to get off the grains. I'm buying a bunch of fruit to take care of my sugar needs. So I'm a sugar addict. I think I've said it before. I'm a sugar addict. My father was a sugar addict. I'm a sugar addict. Both of my sons are sugar addicts. My biological sons are sugar addicts. It passes on. We're the hunter-gatherer DNA. And types like us were easily addicted to sugar, and we're meat eaters. That's what they ate mostly back then. But when you introduce things into our diet, we gives us a lot of gas. It gives us bloating. It causes massive weight gain. Unfortunately, I'm not of the grain eater society. They can digest grains comfortably and easily and use energy. And us, it turns into fat real fast. We don't have that kind of metabolism. K.R. Hawkins, player supreme, stating facts as usual. Thank you, K.R., for your recognition. Panini. Too many people who grew up in the late 80s and 90s, in other words, who think that Crips and Bloods are the only gangsters in America. But we only know they are not even 1% compared to the mafia. We don't forget also the Irish gangs, the Asian gangs out there, they're out there, and the Russians when they came to this country. They're real gangsters. Okay? The Vietnamese gangs, for a while they were doing each other. They were breaking the Vietnamese person's house. Out here in Sacramento, that happened a lot because they knew that they stored their money under their mattresses. They didn't trust banks, and they were wrong. I knew a guy that was black and Vietnamese. I would talk to him in the gym. He's like, he was cool. He went to jail over that shit because he was involved in the Vietnamese gang. I'm surprised they let him in the game. Let's see. When we were going to Denny's, I stopped that several years ago. There was a kid there that was black and Vietnamese, Hmong. His mother was of the Hmongs. They're bigger than the average Vietnamese. They seem like they're big and they gain weight easily. They got big calves, and I guess they're up in the hills where you need a lot of muscle to walk up and down those hills and calf muscle. Anyways, he goes on. Who are the biggest and most dangerous gangs ever? And there are many white gangsters in America who never get mentioned in the news, like the many biker gangs. Yeah, I forgot about those guys too. And don't forget, they just made a movie about one of them, one of the white gangsters, Whitey Bulger. I met a girl that said that he came to her parents' house. She's Boston, Irish. They came to his parents' house for dinner often. Ween Fawn, Player Supreme. Always with the awesome video. Thanks for putting these out. Thank you, Ween. Okay, so that's our comments. Let's look in the held for review. So I'm afraid to. Don Alfonso can't wait. Someone named HBCG says, "Hi, nigga." Well, I'm glad to end up in there. That's one of the words. You use that word, it goes right to the spam. Anything like it. That's why you guys, if you're black, you use that word, your comment don't show up. Someone named Shallow Coder. Do people talk shit? Or use the word? who are black, you end up in there. TJ, you're in there. Can you make a video for the Brothers Supreme? I want to know what I'm going to be competing with. Oh, under video new trends. Okay, let's see. Shadow code LOL, sagging ass niggas. That's all we are competing against, at least in my hood. I don't like the use of the word nigga, nigger, nuka anymore. So let's just go ahead and delete that comment, Shadow. I've always talked about what you're competing against, TJ. The brothers with the smoother hair, the golden skin color, the Jovina, handsome black guy, young black guys, names that these guys would recognize. Good looking ones that women fawn over. Shamar Moore? Is that the...
Well, but
yeah.
They're more middle aged.
Oh yeah, true.
How
Shamar Moore types.
How young are you looking?
Just give me somebody. Rappers they like.
Okay, there's Drake.
Drake, yeah, oh yeah, he's biracial, yeah. Yeah. Drake's the one maybe not be famous, the Drake looking types.
Yeah.
You know, light skinned did. See, unfortunately, in the black...
Kendrick Lamar, he's a singer.
Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, those are the younger, in the 20s. And...
Now, here's the problem with the black community. Their TJ, sisters got game. They can write a book on the game. So, it's going to be hard to catch them, check you out unless you are a Drake type, if not Drake himself. Unless you're famous, you're a rapper, you're a sports star, or you're biracial that looks good. I've seen ugly biracials. Took a long time, but I saw one. He had this big forehead and his hair had receded. You know, he had that hair, but it was receding. At the time I saw this, I was a hater. I said, ha ha ha. Finally one of the ugly one of them. I was young. I was used to those guys having those bigger afros when I was a kid. Anyway, let's see. So, sports stars, brothers with money, nicely dressed brothers. That's your competition. Okay. For us, natural brothers, they say are natural black asses. That means we're just average African Americans. No extra additives. The additives are further back. So, for us, it's going to be different, but it doesn't mean we can't come up in the black community because they're brothers dating sisters every day, all day long, all different types. That's one thing I like about, unfortunately, the ghetto brothers. They can be fucking ugly, and they're so aggressive they still get the females in the black community. I just did a very important podcast show on my site titled How to Find and Keep the Woman of Your Dreams, I believe. Let me go check the site just to make sure I got the title right. One of my boys, Nate, he's not going to like the show because I really went in on him, but it had to be done. Don't give me bullshit. How to attract and keep the perfect woman for you. And Nate, if you watch this, sorry I had to go in on you like that. But anyway, I want to make that a video for you guys on how to attract the perfect woman. Because a lot of you guys don't even know what the perfect woman for you looks like. You never thought about it. All you think is a fat ass and some titties, there, brothers, and a small waist. But in my show, I'm going to teach you how to build the qualities of that woman within you. Okay? So that way you have more of a finite look, so you can program your subconscious mind to attract that type to you. Then I went in on how to keep her and the things you got to do. Because right now, as I said, if you're listening to me or watching me online, I hope you guys lasted this long. I talked about, imagine there's a field and a fence going down the middle of the field. One side lives the perfect woman for you. On her side, the sun shines, the grass is beautiful. She probably has her own home, so she lives in a house or apartment. She has a nice car. On your side, there's you. You're on the internet. On your side, there's trash all over the place. The grass has weeds in it. You don't you don't have your own castle. You live with mommy. Mommy makes your food. Mommy makes this for you. That's your side. You don't have your own home. You're living in a basement at your mom's house or in a room. The sun is dim. All that stuff that I'm talking about comes from your subconscious mind that makes your side look dark and dismal. All the stuff from you put in your subconscious mind. I'm only 5'5". I'm too dark-skinned. I don't have good hair. Whatever you put in your mind, it changes your side. Now, look at her side. Look at your side. They don't match. They don't match. You got to make your side more like her side. That means you got to work on yourself. There, TJ, and everyone else that's listening to me. You got to work on your side. Get rid of the weeds. That means get the weeds out of your mind. Get rid of the weeds. Get the trash. The trash talk yourself. My dick ain't big enough. Whatever else you're going to fill up in there. Make your house look good. Put some new paint on your house. First, get a house of your own, home of your own. Because you're going to attract a real woman, a dream woman to you if you live with your mommy. Okay? All it's going to be is some kitty fucks. And that goes out to Bangura. All you're going to get is kitty fucks. You're not going to attract the dream, the perfect woman that you want to settle down and marry. She's not going to be attracted to a man that lives with the mommy. Okay? So, to Bangura, keep enjoying the fucking. When you're ready to settle down, you're going to have to come up and show that you've come up as a man. You're doing well in the game of getting fucks. But as far as, attracting real types of females, very few of them are going to be there. Okay? Very few of them are going to be there on the journey, because these types of women that will go with the man who lives with mommy, they're not the same as the one who will become the dream girl. Your soulmate, so to speak. Okay? All right. So think about that imagery there. I'll try to get that show out. Maybe I'll just put it on a podcast and upload it to my site, theplayersupremeshow.info. Good show, full of a lot of information. You got to get out a piece of paper. You got to do some writing. If you're just looking for, some player tips, don't listen to it. It's for real shit. Okay? All right, likely spam. For some reason, someone named Humble Growth sent me some video links. Actually did it twice. Because he couldn't see the link showing up in the comments, so he did it again. And I guess he gave up. On YouTube, if you put a link, they consider that spam. Because a lot of people who own fake channels, shit like that, they're spamming, they go around and do that. So you can't put links in there to videos. HTTPS, that's the first sign. When you do that, that's what it looks for, I believe, and they boom, or .com. Anything that says .com, bam, you're now spammed. And I don't like looking at links. You said Australia dating? Australia dating. Oh, you might. This video has been removed for violating YouTube's policy on spam, deceptive practices, and scams. Bam, so you were nothing but a fucking scammer. Great. Let's see if your channel's still here. Surprisingly, your channel's still here. But they deleted your video. Or the video you were linking me to. Let's see. Meet Singles. Oh yeah, you're a spam channel. I'm sorry I even gave you the time of the day. You're also doing cheap homes and foreclosed houses, huh? In Canada. Then you're going for the women. Are you a woman seeking men? I bet your videos are cheap. I bet you're gonna watch one of your fucking videos. Only 30
Some
seconds.
friends of mine were internet dating. We started talking about it. I'd never been conscious of what I was looking for. So far, eHarmony has worked very well in terms of matching me.
Harmony. They must be giving money out. Didn't know that. Affiliate sales. I'll remember that though. All right. So I've got 2 comments that just came in. We'll save those for the next time, fellas. It's Friday night. Try to get out of town or get out of your house, in other words. You've got to get out there into the real world. Because the perfect woman's not going to come knock on your door and then kick open the door and run to your bed. You're not going to run across a field in slow motion and jump into each other's arms. It's not going to happen. Sorry. You got to get out there into the real world. You have to move your energy in the world. The stronger that energy is, the more women are going to become attracted to you. Women love men of power. If you have no power in your personal life, that's why they don't find you attractive. Even a good-looking guy can just suck up the energy around him and not pulling females to him. You know, a negative space in the room. Case in point, my boy Craig, 6'3", good-looking white guy. Nobody noticed him. Nobody remembered him. Yeah. All right, fellas. Peace.